All right, let's get this together. We going live. All right. I know I said I was going to fix this, and I eventually will. I eventually will. What you don't see is there's a desk over here that's got to get moved out of the room, and then I can use that entire wall. So I'm going to make this look right. Got a bunch of frame stuff. I'll make it look right. Don't worry. Hey, Robin, how we doing, buddy? Today's a good day, man. Today's a good day. My allergy's been bothering me for about a week, but today hasn't really been bothering me too much. So good to go. You're too stressed out, man. Yeah, I'm trying to keep it together. You know what I mean in terms of the concern and everything, man. We can't get down. We cannot get down 2 games to this team. It just can't happen. And I tell you, the whole Drieger and Bob thing. If that doesn't go well, if Drieger doesn't go well tonight, it's going to be a long night. It's going to be a long night. Everybody who, disagrees with me about Bob LeBon, yeah, man. I talked about it a little bit in the pregame today. The one thing with this team I will say is that we got, we've been bouncing back from injuries all year long. You know what I mean? Here comes Fluffy. Hey, buddy, how we doing? Okay? I know you just want to be in the live stream. Okay? All right, kiddo, lay down. All right? Good boy. All right, so we got Chris, we got Robin, we bought Bud the Monkey Boy. That's a new name. Michael's here. Appreciate everybody showing up. Robin, I hear what you're saying there. You got to hand in your thesis on Thursday to get looked at. Good luck with that, man. I'll send out some positive energy to you completely, man. I'll send some good vibes your way. Chris, yeah, man, this is it's all in the ropes tonight. We can't get down 2-0 to this team. That's just not possible. So we're gonna have to come out how we played. Hey, bouncing pucks. How we played in that first period, game 1, we need 60 complete minutes of that. We cannot even have a bad 5 minutes. We cannot afford it whatsoever. You have hockey tryouts in an hour. Oh, you're gonna miss the first. Hey, man, playing hockey, watching hockey, it's all good. Good luck, man. I hope you make the team. I hope to make your team. How much of a leash for Yandel tonight? I think right now, I don't see Coach taking him out. He obviously wasn't great, but he wasn't really our problem. He wasn't really our problem the other night. Look, Tampa Bay's experience, and I gotta tell you, I talk about this in the pregame. Okay, it's clear to me that Tampa Bay scouted Bob to move him out of position on purpose, because you saw it, especially with the one power play goal where it was the fake shot and they just, passed it over, I think, to Point in the middle. That's obviously a play that they've been working on for quite some time with Kucherov, not healthy, right? So I think that, and Bob was out of position all night long. It was 4 or 5 times he was completely out of position. So I think the best thing about playing Drieger is it's going to give Tampa a completely different look. They're not going to be able to pull that crap where they pull, Bob out of position because he moves all over the place. Drieger is so more, he just stays there, right? And he just kind of moves, side to side a little bit, but he keeps his hips, he swivels, you know what I mean? And look, it's been clear for 2 years that his style of goaltending works better for us. And everybody just gets all butthurt and say, you're hating on Bob, you're hating on Bob. It's like, I want to win. You know what I mean? I just want to win. Bouncing pucks. Yeah, ref, Yandel wasn't our problem the other day. It really wasn't. Near full, I agree about that, about Lamico. I'm happy with what Q did there with the lines. in terms of not blowing everything up. You just slide Wenberg up, slide Achari up, and put Lombard or Lamico on that fourth line. I especially like Achari on that third line. I almost thought for a minute maybe Q would slide him up. And I think if we don't come out the box, scoring goals, or if we get behind it all, I think you will see Achari slide up to 2C tonight. I've called for him to have a goal and assist tonight. But I'm telling you, I feel good about this game. I really do feel like we're going to tie this series up. I still feel like we can win this thing in 6. But at the same point, Bob had his shot. And look, obviously I want him to do well, you know what I mean? But how many times in the videos have I bitched about late game 5-hole goals, which is exactly what he did. And again, with the whole scouting of Bob thing, I think that teams, especially on breakaways, have figured out that if you get Bob moving one way, he's going to slide over, and you can go 5-hole when he tries to slide back because he doesn't close his legs. It's an absolute weak spot, and it's been shown over and over again. All right, so let me check a little bit here. We have to limit the penalties. We're going to have to use our speed a little bit more. I know it's playoff hockey and it's tough grinding, but what Bennett did, he had to do it, but at the same point, it cost us. So we have to play with that edge, but if we saw it right off the bat in the beginning of the game when Barkov got called for that coincidental minor, but a guy was basically just on his back, and Barkov was just trying to get up. You saw that the referees were not exactly going to be our friend. We're going to have to find a way to limit the penalties one way or another. It's just mandatory. Laban, that's exactly right, man. And I'm very, very happy about Tippett getting that shot up in the top 6. And I tell you, I pounded it, right? You guys watched the videos. How many times did I bitched and bitched and bitched? And he's proven me right. So we need Drieger to do the same thing, because God help me if he doesn't, because the number of people that are going to come out and say, see, Drieger wasn't the answer. I don't want to have to deal with that. So I want to win this game, and I want like 2 goals. Drieger's going to give up 2 goals, and we're good. And then I can say, see, I told you so, rather than everybody else coming at me and saying that, see, Bob wasn't the problem. So, hey, Hot Take Hockey, appreciate it, man. You got me 56 subscribers when you did that last time, and that was just absolutely incredible. I didn't even know something like that existed. You know what I mean? So I was really, really, I'm still tickled about it. You were hoping Lombard was going to sit. Well, I think obviously with Bennett out of the line, we need Lombard in the lineup. I know he doesn't bring a lot of production, but in terms of what his role is, as long as he doesn't take stupid penalties, which watch out for that tonight, because with Bennett out, Lombard might feel like he's got a little bit more responsibility in terms of, busting ass. So hopefully he keeps it under control and plays just below that edge there, because the PK absolutely killed us. And we want to talk about that. Near full, that's exactly what I want to talk about is the PK. Look, watch Carolina. And that's one of the reasons why I hate playing Carolina, because even if we get a power play, they're on the puck carrier immediately. And if we do that with Cooch and Stamkos, at the very least disrupt their timing. Like the one power play goal they got where I believe it was Cooch in point. I believe he faked the shot and then he passed it to the guy in the middle. And that can't happen, okay? The timing of that will not work if we're rushing to the puck carrier every time. And I know I know it expends a lot of energy, but we cannot just let them sit there and be set up and have their timing. We have to find a way to disrupt their timing and stay out of the down box. Bouncing, look, man, I agree with you on the penalties on Lombard. I do. But there's such a fine line there, man. There's such a fine line there that in terms of the way Tampa is trying to play, especially with Bennett out, we got to have at least one guy in there like Lomberg. And I don't disagree with your point, but for this game, I want him in there. Hey, Mr. Vids, CG, love the channel. Thanks for all the great Florida Panther content. I really, really, really appreciate that, man. I've been doing this a long time, and we're closing in on 1,000 subscribers. I've been saying for years, if we could just get a playoff run, I would get to 1,000. And what Hot Take Hockey did the other day was absolutely blasted me from 8:55 to like 9:11, 9:12 by the time I left. So yeah, man, we're gonna get to that 1,000. I am absolutely convinced about that. Someone should go after McDonough. Yeah, with what they were doing to Barkov, it's so tough because you see what happens when Bennett retaliated, right? And that a lot of times that goes both ways. You know, a lot of times it's the retaliatory freaking penalty that gets called. Now, the suspension, I was really, really surprised and disappointed to see that because he's got no history. And they can see what the hell just happened to Barkov, you know, less than a minute earlier. And it is bad enough to take the charge, and he was charging. But then what do you call what the guy did to Barkov? I mean, you watch the replay, he lifts up on the one skate, and that doesn't even get 2 minutes. So it might be wishful thinking. Yeah, there you go. A new reffing crew tonight. Hopefully they don't hate our team. That's exactly what I was getting ready to say, is that hopefully the NHL, and this might be wishful thinking, like I said, but hopefully they said, look, we want this to go 7 games. We need to have things be a little bit, you know, more evenly called, because it was just terrible the other night. And anybody that watches my channel knows I don't complain about the refs. I'm usually I can't even think of 5 times where I've complained about the refs. But that was the other night it was just too much. It was just too obvious. And all we can do is hope that things get evened out a little bit. Robin, you're correct. The charge on Duke. You're absolutely correct there, man. If they're going to let that go, they have to let what Bennett did go. But we can't count on that. We have to fix the PK. And I'm telling you, we have to be aggressive on the puck carrier. There's no other way to do it. You know, Tampa is just sitting there just salivating. And they're going to do things on purpose, right? Like to hit the Barkov. They're going to do things on purpose to see if they can get us to come back and be undisciplined like Bennett is. And look at it. It won them the game. Now, you know, in terms of Bob and the breakaway and everything, like I said earlier, I said in the recap, I'm thoroughly convinced that Tampa Bay scouted on Bob. I mean, we obviously know they scout, but they devised plays specifically to pull him out of position. He was out of position all night long. And they're not going to be able to pull that crap with Drieger. Drieger is way too sound. And I think that goes a long way to say why he does so much better with our defense. The style of defense that we play, you know, we have a lot of, we do allow some breakaways. Teams do get chances on their transition game because we get chances on ours. And what Drieger does, you see, he has a settling down effect. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, nobody can really sit there and answer it other than maybe the guys just feel better without Drieger, you know, without Bob moving all over the place. Like you saw with Achari, had to block that shot. And I start to wonder if our defensive players are so hyper aware of how Bob is going to move around and everything. And I just wonder mentally how they approach things differently from when Bob is in net to when Drieger is in net. Now, if you ask them, they're going to say it's the same no matter what. But that's crap. You know what I mean? The defense clearly plays better with Drieger in net. And, you know, we can talk about what the hell we're supposed to do with Bob and all of that later. Right now, we absolutely have to win this game at all costs. And I love the fact, I've been saying it too. I knew Q would have the guts to do this. I knew he wouldn't give him 2 games. And I'm not saying Bob played bad, but 5 goals is still 5 goals. If he makes one of those 2 saves, we're at least making it to overtime. And LeBron, yeah, no overtime at all costs. Well, I'm not interested in overtime. I've been saying it. And of course, the other night I was interested. I got interested real quick when Tampa Bay tied it up. I want a nice, big, fat 6-2 win tonight. We all need to relax. We need a way. What do we got? So can you say hello to my little brother's name is Nick? Nick Kerr. Nick Kerr from Finland. Yeah, we've got a few people from Finland. We've got Sweden. Nick Kerr, help us get 2 points. Even though it's not 2 points tonight, help us win a game, all right? We need all the help we can get. Absolutely. 6-2 win. I love it. Hey, was that your prediction? Jonathan, bro. Now, is that you, Huberto? Jonathan, is that you? Wouldn't that be something? Why you do this to him? Don't say that it's a troll. Whatever, man. Too late. Tricked you into saying that. Oh, Nick Kerr. Jeez. I'm old. I'm old and I'm not racist, so I don't even think about it that way, man. You know what I mean? And plus, first of all, it's from the movie. It's from what's the stupid movie, right? Now, if I had said Dale at the end, if you would have said Dale, that would have been a little bit better, man. It's Bolts Jolts in disguise. Whatever, man. I mean, if they want to have fun with that, they can have fun with that. You know what I mean? I ain't worried about it. But it's a good movie anyway. What the hell's the freaking movie? Somebody help me out with the name of the movie, man. Steve Kerr named his son. What the hell is the name of the freaking movie? Somebody's got to help me out there. All right. Anyway, yeah. Hey, look, that says a lot. If I got trolls coming on, that just means the channel's getting popular. You know what I mean? I'm not concerned about it. Yeah. The N-word troll is fucked up. Whatever, man. I'm sure he'll post it. That's fine. It'll bring people to the channel, man. You know what I mean? Tyler, yeah, but look, man, I hear you about Yandel. Unfortunately, Yandel wasn't even our problem the other night. You know what I mean? Horrible Bosses. Thank you, Frank. Thank you. Yeah, great movies. Both of them. They were absolutely Jennifer Aniston. If you haven't seen Horrible Bosses, just for Jennifer Aniston alone, she can drill me anytime. You know what I'm saying? Somebody let me know if that guy takes a cut of that and puts it online somewhere. Somebody let me know. Let's see. Well, how would I rank? Nightbot, I made a song you can play. Name first day out of the closet you should listen to. I ain't falling for any more tricks now. You know, you're taking advantage of an old guy with cognitive issues because I got Lyme disease. Come on, man. Right? That's not even a joke, dude. All right. I do the best I can, but I'm not as quick as I used to be. You know what I mean? Forsling made a rookie mistake on the breakaway for the point. Played too high after Rieger's slap shot. Will led to the. Look, I saw people talking about that. I didn't rewatch it, to be honest with you, because I was too busy running off and cursing and yelling and screaming. And Matthias was not happy, we'll say the least. But I did mention in the recap, yeah, look, our inexperience did kind of show up a little bit. All the more reason to play Drieger. I think he just has a much more selling effect on this team. And I'm going to keep pounding it because I get upset when people say I'm hating on Bob, because it's not hate. It's just truth. You know what I mean? If Bob was knocking it out of the park, I would be the first one to say, hey, you got to stay with Bob. You got to run with Bob. Everybody knows. I mean, but he's not. He has not been what we paid for. We are paying for what Bob was before he came here. And I get it. People want to be rah-rah and support everybody on the team. But we got enough of that. Every other media guy is pleasantly positive. That is definitely not my shtick. I'm going to call it exactly how I see it. So what else do we have here? Bob, because of his contract, has an extremely high expectation. Yeah, absolutely, right? I mean, look, if it wasn't for the contract, we wouldn't be having this discussion. Drieger would have been the starter about halfway through the season, and Bob would have been trade bait. But unfortunately, you thought the game was this. Yeah, hey, look, that Mr. Viz, that's something that my brother said. He was, can I say hello? Nightbot, you got me once, all right? You got me once. I'm easy to fool once, all right? But that's it. That's it. I'm not going to fall for it again. I'm not saying anything now until it's approved by the rest of my followers. No, I know we're not going to put Knight in there, but my brother was just joking about it. Since everybody was fighting over whether to put Bob or Drieger in, he was like, fuck it, just put Knight in. You know what I mean? But I expect a big game absolutely from Drieger tonight. It's got to happen. I mean, we cannot, and I know it's cliche, right? But just the mental, just for our own mental health, cannot get down 2-0, okay? I need a 7-game series to get this thing to 1,000 subscribers, all right? So, number one, I'm going to be selfish about that. Number two, you go into the off season, we have to win this series. It's just so mandatory that we win because we've got so many problems between the Yandel contract and the Bob contract. And I'm telling you, if Bob costs us this series, it's going to be blood sport over the summer because we've got – do I have an OnlyFans? No, but I have 2 Patreons. I have 2 Patreons. All right? What? Hey, Nightbot, I don't know who you are in secret, but my followers will warn you. I'm a psychic. All right? And that's actually real, dude. I'm a medium. So don't mess with me too much, or I'll have to call in the dark spirits to play turnabout is fair play. You know what I'm saying? All right. But it's all good fun. Hey, Jacob, as a Canes fan, you're getting the popcorn ready for. Well, Jacob, we got new refs tonight. So you guys really saying that it's Bolts jokes? He's attracted to me. Bolts, look, dude. If you want, I'll send you some nudes, all right? I've got some nudes laying around. If that's your thing, I'll send them out, man. I'm good. I'm not shy. If you want to see all the white hair on my chest, man, let's go, man. Let's go. All right? What else? Yeah, we got new refs, Jacob. So that when you asked if I had an OnlyFans or fans only, dude, I'm just playing now. Hey, look, I'm just playing back with you. You know what I mean? You're good? You sure? All right? All right. What else we got? You forgot it was Rieger. Yeah, it's Rieger's birthday, man. I mentioned that in the intro. The intro tonight, I didn't put out the intro I was going to put out. I've got something else planned, but I didn't want to do 2 rap. I didn't want to do that. I can't say. I didn't want to do 2 raps in a row. So either Thursday or Saturday, I got another one of the intros that's, much more in depth coming out. But every time I do one of those intros, I mean, that 3 minutes of film was 8 hours of work. And I don't mind it. But every damn time I do it, we lose. I can't think of any time when I've done the really, really hardcore intros and we win the game. So it's kind of frustrating for me because I put so much effort into it and then we lose, and it just like stabs me in the heart when we lose, and then rips my damn heart out when it's just like, because the intro, you want it to be fun. Everybody's having a good time. And instead, everybody's like, crap, we just lost. And then there's my funny intro. So it kind of sucks, man. You said in the same place for every single game with the same hat on at the same time. Yeah, yep. Do a country intro for Tampa. Yeah, man, we need to get Fluffy on the ice, Airbud style. That's funny. He's laying right here. He's laying right up again. I have the laptop on a stool, and he's laying right here. So if you hear him snoring, he's pretty wiped out. We got a hot streak here. The weather just turned on us all of a sudden. It had been in the 60s, and boom, all of a sudden it's in the 80s. So he gets real worn out when it gets hot. We went to the river anyway. We have a good time. You guys have seen those videos. One of these days, I gotta make a compilation video of the last few years of him at the river. A lot of funny stuff. If anybody passes by at the river, to him it's his backyard. He's been going there since he was just a little schmuck. So to him, the river is his property. So if anybody comes up, he's just like, dude, this is mine. You know what I mean? Can I use my magic to make the Rangers win the cup in 2022? Well, I'll tell you this. If the Panthers win the cup this year, I will use my magical services to the highest bidder to get them to win in 2022, because I don't know if we're going to repeat or not. How about that? Plus, we can't repeat because Drieger is going to come in and win us the cup. And then what are we going to do? We're going to lose him to Seattle. So, yeah, the Rangers are not my favorite team. We'll just put it that way. You know what I mean? So, all right, I need predictions. I want predictions. I've got 6-2. Yeah, 6-2. All right. We need more discipline. The penalties will screw us. Yeah, we got to play with that edge. We're right on the border, but we got new refs, and so the thing about that is we don't know how they're going to call the game again, right? So the first period's we're going to kind of find that out, like we did last game, 11-2. Last game we found out early on how it was going to be when Barkov got called for that coincidental minor. Horny game winner. Cats come back 5-2. 5-2 Panthers. Oh, 5-4, 7 minutes into overtime. Yeah, we're going to be up late with that. Night by. I assume the 11 is the Panthers, right? New refs, same players, going to be physical battle. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, Chris, look, let's just hope we've adjusted the PK. He made the one good move. Obviously, you got to put Drieger in that. I freaking knew it. I've been saying it for a while. I knew if Bob had one bad freaking game, and unfortunately, I think you would have pulled him after the freaking breakaway, honestly, if it had been a regular game. Just, if there had been more time in the game, because you got to close your legs, Bob. Got to close your legs. The teams are scouting him. They know exactly what to do. And I'm telling you, Drieger's going to do it on his birthday, man, and Bob won't see the ice. If Drieger wins tonight, I don't think Bob sees the ice again. As long as Drieger's allowing 3 or less, I don't think Bob gets back into the net. And then we've got a huge problem during the offseason, but we have that problem anyway. Who the hell? Look, I trust Zito. This is the one thing I'll say. I mean, look, think about this, okay? Zito got Pittsburgh to give us Hornquist for Matheson. So if there's anybody that could find a way to pull off some magic and get Bob out of town, it's Zito. It won't be easy, but what could we afford? Could we afford to say, and this is wishful thinking here, right? So let's say we managed to get Bob the waivers no move clause, right? And then if we can get him moved and take 40% of his salary, we take 40%, which would leave us with $4 million dead cap. All right. Then we get Drieger to sign for 2 years to a cap-friendly deal. Okay. And then we get Knight signed to more than just his entry level. The point I'm making here is that cap-wise, if we could find a way, right, let Bob's new team pay 6 of his 10, we pay 4. It's not optimal, but what we would be paying Knight and Drieger, or even Knight, and eventually if Drieger leaves and we have to have a backup, would still be less, or at least equal to the complete 10. You follow what I'm saying? So if anybody could pull that off, it could be Zito. Okay, you trade him, maybe Seattle will be willing to take him. Seattle pays 6, we pay 4. We've got 4 in dead cap. Yeah, and that sucks. But we've got Knight, all right? So Knight is not going to cost us. How much is Knight going to cost us in his first 4 or 5 years, right? Somebody give me a guess how much you think that Knight, if we sign him to an extension past his entry level, what do you think Knight's going to get, right? So if we added that up with the 4 of Bob's dead space, that's why you don't let a desperate GM sign him out. Yeah, I absolutely agree. But I think Flamingo, who wins the cup? I've got Vegas. Right, so 4 million, 2.3. All right, so even if we went batshit crazy and gave Knight, even if we gave him 5, right? Even if we gave him 5, his 5, Bob's dead 4, and a backup is doable. It's freaking doable. Right, near full, 4 to 6 million, right? So even if we gave him 5 with Bob's dead 4 and a backup, hey, my brother's here. Gene Schomer, that's my brother from another mother. So I'm actually gonna propose that. I'm gonna write an article and propose that. I don't know. Maybe I'm batshit crazy. Maybe it's doable. Maybe it's not. But for Seattle, think about it. If Seattle gets Bob at 6 million, it's a bargain, right? I'm not wrong here, right? Somebody talk me out of this. Somebody talk me out of this, man. I'm liking this idea. Sign me up. I should be assistant GM. It could work. It absolutely could work. I've just solved the problem. When have long-term goalie contracts ever worked out? Well, oh, you know what? My brother's right. All right, you're right, brother. I will wear it. I didn't wear it in the pregame. All right? My brother got me a hat, okay? So he's right. I need to change the mojo. I didn't wear it in the pregame, but for the rest of the game, I will wear it. You are correct. I'm sorry I forgot about to do that. It's a new hat. It's a Panther hat, but it's red. It's got the original logo right up in the front. It's a nice hat. It's nicer than this one. It comes down even lower. So, all right. So I'm gonna write an article about that. You guys know South Florida Tribune. Let me pump a couple things while I have some of you guys here. Don't leave me. South Florida Tribune. You guys know them on Twitter. I started writing articles for them. I'm going to be the Panthers writer and the Dolphins writer over there. The first one I put out, my brother Gene will know this. The first story I put out is about how him and I used to walk up to Joe Robbie Stadium and scalp tickets for the Dolphin games. Flamingo, man, I appreciate that, dude, because I'm close. I'm at 915. We want to get to 1,000. Nightbot. I was born and raised in Miami. All right. I was born and raised on 199th Street in Mady Ives, right down the street from Joe Robbie Stadium. I live in Maryland now, mainly because Fluffy's the St. Bernard, right? I've moved all over the East Coast. I was in the military and all of that. Nightbot. You came here to troll and you're happy that you stay. Yeah, man. It's all right, man. You control. Either way, man, it's all in good fun. I don't get butthurt over much. You know what I mean? I really don't. It's all good fun. I mean, I play with puppets in hockey videos. I can't afford to get butthurt. You know what I mean? How many Dolphin games did I walk to as a kid? Gene, what do you think? 20? You think we did that 20 times walking up to the Dolphin games? 15, 20 times? Hey, Stu and Boca's here, my buddy, Stu and Boca. Stu is the original Florida Panther fan, all right? he has been a hockey fan for longer than anybody here probably has been alive, including myself. And that dude knows. He is just an encyclopedia of hockey knowledge. Absolutely, give him a follow on Twitter. My brother says more than that. At least 20. At least 20. I'm being. Well, there's 8 games a season, right? And back then, were they still playing 14? No, we were up to 16. So it's 8 games a season, right? So if we went to every game for 5 years, that's still only 40 games. I don't know if we did that. But the point is I'm writing over there on South Florida Tribune. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, my Patreon. If you check out any of the descriptions of my videos, I've got the link to my Patreon. It's $3 a month, and I put out interviews with other Florida Panther fans over there. But today I started writing. I'm going to write a daily article on my Patreon as well, and it's going to be topics where like we can talk amongst ourselves about controversial things like Bob and Drieger without being worried about getting mobbed by people on Twitter. We can have real conversations about real opinions back and forth rather than, fighting and having to keep it to 140 characters. So that's my Patreon. It's $3 a month. I'd appreciate anybody who wants to go over there and join. I'm trying to make this, I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm trying to eventually make this to where this is a big part of my living financially. You know what I mean? I'm not quitting. Yeah, Nightbot got me to say it. That's okay. So anyway, I'm writing for South Florida Tribune. I've got a Patreon. It's $3 a month, and 1,000 subscribers. I'm trying to get it all come together here, and then I need this team to freaking win this series. Absolutely have to win this series. What else we got? Yeah, we got Rob, man. We got Rob, but at the same time, freaking Bob. Late 5. If you go back, I know you're not, but if you go back and listen to my videos, I mean, at least every 3 or 4 games, I'm complaining about Bob giving up a late 5-hole goal, and he just does it so much, man. So we got Rob, but I'll tell you this. Thanks, Nightbot. Do me a favor. Don't blow that up, huh? All right. People won't understand that. You know what I mean? I'd appreciate that if you didn't blow it up. That would be cool. You know what I mean? Yeah, Bennett, Gene, wake up, man. Bennett got suspended yesterday. I thought I texted you about that. That Cat fan, I appreciate you doing that. I honestly appreciate that. What, you've been throwing up all day? You hope you don't have COVID because you're going to the game. I hope you is throwing up part of COVID. I don't know. It wasn't for me. Karen and I are pretty sure we had it when it first came out. I had ice picks in my throat, and it was weird, but we didn't throw up a lot. Peyton, nice to see you show up, buddy. Yeah, we have different refs tonight, so we're good to go there. So we got different refs, which is good. We don't know how they're going to call a game, so it's kind of be an experimental first period again. I've got 6-2 Panthers. Nightbot had 11-2 Panthers. I haven't seen anybody picking Tampa Bay yet. That's good with me. It's an absolute must. And I mean, it's easy to sit here and say that, but just I don't feel like crying. How about that? I don't feel like crying tonight in the end of the video. And if we lose this game and we go down 2-0, I might start tearing up. I ain't going to lie, because there's so much emotion wrapped up in all of this. We absolutely have to win this game tonight, and then we win it in 6. Wasn't COVID, but felt like it. I had COVID. It wasn't shit. Very strange, but I've been there, done that. I'd get COVID again. Gene, now, buddy, we ain't gonna. Knight's not playing, all right, unless both goalies get hurt. Knight's not playing. I know you want him to play, but I don't think that's gonna happen, man. Unless we get down 3-0 and then coach says, "The hell with it." Montour extension. That's a good question. Let me take a sip here real quick. I want to see him play more. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. No, it's not. Bennett is a restricted, so we'll still have his rights. Montour, let's look at that. Obviously, we're talking next year. Uyghur, Ekblad, Gudis, Forsling, and then a bottom pair of Montour and Nadavara. I'd be very happy with that. Now, so much is going to come down to what are we going to do with Yandel? What are we going to do about Bob? And the Bob situation is going to play itself out here in these playoff games, okay? For those of you who had missed it, I'm going to write an article, okay, about my proposition on how we can solve the Bob thing. Whether or not we can get him to waive his no-move clause, that's a different story. But in terms of Nadavara, I want to keep. I absolutely want to keep that kid. He'll be cheap enough to extend. He's perfect bottom pair defenseman. He stayed, absolutely yes. With Montour, it depends on the money he's going to want, and it depends on what are we going to do with Yandel. Now, if we're going to just keep Bob, we probably will buy out Yandel because it's just the one more. It's just the one more year, right, with Yandel. But would it be worth it to you guys if we could find some kind of way to move Bob, sign Drieger for a couple of years to be Knight's backup, and then we'd have to keep Yandel because we'd have so much dead cap? Maybe we can get Yandel to waive the no-move clause by saying we're going to break his streak, but so much is going to come down to what do we do in this playoff series, what happens with Bob, how does he play, and then the whole expansion draft. And I'm gonna probably end up having to write a series of articles on that because Zito is an outside the box thinker, and I just don't think it's going to be as clear cut as we're like you're thinking we're going to lose Forsling. I don't think so. I think he's going to work out a deal. Either we're going to lose Drieger, okay, or somehow he's going to get rid of Bob. And we'll talk about that more later when we've got more time. How do I feel about Drieger playing? Dude, it had to happen. I said at the beginning. I say it here, closing in on the end here. Clearly, Tampa Bay scouted Bob, okay? And they had him out of position all night long. They even devised the one power play to purposely move Bob over with the fake shot that was the pass to, I believe it was Point in the middle. And he was out of position all night. Stamkos missed the wide open net. Achari made the one damn save where Bob was just out of position all night long. And they're purposefully doing that. So, including the breakaway. They know if you fake a move one way, Bob is going to bite. And then when he's sliding back, he doesn't close his legs, and you put it 5-0. And so I think for Drieger, it's a no-brainer. Give Tampa a completely different look, and let's just cross our fingers that way. We got to protect Ekblad, Uyghur, and Yandel unless he moves it. That's correct. Yeah, but we can. I hear what you're saying about Forsling, but Zito is going to work something out there. He's going to be proactive there and make sure that he makes the deal with Seattle, I believe, to take one of the goalies, either Drieger or if we can somehow sucker him into Bob. Duclair Wenberg extension. I'm not sold on Wenberg. Not that he's bad, but we got Lundell coming up, and I'm going to assume that Lundell is going to be ready to at least be 3C next year, and we've got Bennett. So I think Wenberg's going to be on the outs. Duclair, that's another big question. Tippett playing the way he has definitely helps in that situation. Denisenko looked pretty good, okay? Again, especially with guys like Duclair and Wenberg, so much is going to come down to what are we going to do with Yandel and Bob. Are we going to have both of those salaries still there? Because remember, we have to start thinking about getting Huberdeau and Barkov extended, right? So Yandel, the thing with Bob and all of their money and everything like that, so much I think we're going to pay him. Not that he'd get a huge amount of money, but Lundell coming up, we're going to have to, we're going to have some cheap young talent. And if Lundell comes up and is ready to be 3C, there's really no room for Wenberg. In my view, he's not a bad hockey player, but he's just a guy. You know what I mean? Real quick here, guys. I know I'm missing some stuff, but I got to get ready to go. Frank, yeah, man, this is the game of the year, man, dude. I know exactly what you're saying. I got my kratom in me. I'm gonna have my coffee going. Gene, I appreciate that, man. Verhaeghe is a must resign. Yeah, absolutely. Verhaeghe and Bennett. And that's what I mean about somebody like Wenberg. Money-wise, I'm telling you, Zito has to find a way. If he could get Yandel to waive that no-move clause and he goes somewhere else, we're probably going to have to split the salary with him, and that might mean we can't get rid of Bob, but don't forget, we got Knight. The Bob situation is going to be an every single year thing. It's like, is this the year? Is this the year? Is this the year that we're going to find a way to move him? I said it. I'm going to write an article about it, and then I got to go because I got to go get this set up on the TV. There's a way to get rid of Bob. There's a way if we can get him to waive that move clause, the no move clause, and get him off to Seattle. Somewhere in there, we've got to have some kind of cap relief between those two players if we're going to keep Verhaeghe, Bennett, Duclair. If we're going to keep all three guys and sign Huberdeau and Barkov, okay, if we're going to do that, somewhere in there, we're going to have to not be spending $17 million between Yandel and Bob. And I think all that's going to get sorted out somehow with the expansion draft. This is the last thing I'll say. Zito got Pittsburgh to give us Hornquist for Matheson. So if he can do that, he can work magic. All right, guys. That's it. Got 10 minutes. Game time. Everybody, I need some good, positive luck. Send me energy because the last time my Wi-Fi was screwed up and I had to switch the game. My computer monitor is 40 inches. That's nice. But I got a 70-inch freaking TV. I want to watch the game on it. And the Wi-Fi was all wonky. So I need everybody to send positive energy to my Wi-Fi. Let's bank that first game tonight, all right? Let's get it. Let's get one. Thank you all for showing up. I'll see you after the game.